How's it going, Talk Forest TV? My name is Jack and welcome to my review of the Luton Town game that's just taken place at Kenilworth Road. Now, I think if you'd have offered me that score before kick-off, I'd have probably been a little bit disappointed. But I think, you know, you look at the way that we managed to come back from a man down, a goal down. You know, we played with a one less man for just over 45 minutes. So, you know, you've got to talk about the character of the boys and the strength in the spirit, I guess you could say, to come back from a man down and a goal down to equalise. We forced the own goal, and I think we had chances to score more. You know, we had chances where Lonnie went on a mazy run and it was a misplaced pass, or Knockout could have shot a bit early but opted not to, you know, and I think on another day maybe it would have been a different result. I think maybe we could have won it, but I think, you know, if you look at the way that we managed to bounce back with 10 men and get that goal, you can only really applaud the boys. And, you know, 4 unbeaten games under Chris Hughton, and that's only positive, you know. There's a lot of positive to take from that. Like I say, we did well with the 10 men. You know, you couldn't tell we had 10 men. The way that we were going forward, the way that we had, you know, a decent amount of the possession. So, you know, I think it's encouraging signs. One thing I have noticed, though, I don't know why Hughton doesn't use his bench much. I don't know if that's a factor, you know, of something he's done at other clubs. It's just something he does, or maybe he doesn't trust in the bench. But he only seems to really make a change when it's forced. Like, Grab went off with an injury against Derby, so he made a change there, but on Knockout. You look at today, we only made a change when Ianu got a red card, brought on Jenkinson. So, you know, I think I'm not too sure why. I think it would be beneficial for him to make the changes, because you look at Taylor, he was absolutely knackered by the full-time whistle, you know, so I think it's important that we do make the changes. I don't know why he doesn't do it. You know, you could bring on Mighten, sorry, add a bit of flavour to the game. You know, get him running at the defence, at the tired defence. Bring on Guerrero. Maybe he could offer something a little bit different up top. Who knows? I don't really know why he doesn't go to his bench more, but I'm not Chris Hughton, so who am I to talk? One thing I did notice, and I was watching Dan's live stream and we were both commenting on this, the fact that we were pressing. We pressed them into making mistakes. We pressed them into putting the ball out of play. You know, we pressed them into almost making mistakes at the back. Their keeper made 3 or 4 mistakes with his distribution, with Taylor come flying towards him, you know, making the forcing the error. Just seeing there, I think Ryan Yates got man of the match, and he had a really good game. You know, I think he had a really good game against Derby as well. Just energy in that midfield, making things happen. Had 1 or 2 chances, which was good. You know, really solid in the midfield. Sort of a bit of a terrier-like player, harassing the defenders or the midfield players of the other team, trying to make things happen. Maybe not defenders, more attackers, if you will. Trying to win the ball back. He's really turned things around since Hughton's coming. You know, under Sabri, I wasn't his biggest fan. Neither was many, really. It was general consensus that he liked to, well, I wouldn't say he liked to, but he'd miss time tackles. He would do, you know, lose the ball. But under Hughton, he's looked a different player, a lot more mature, and, you know, I'd like to see him play more. You know, be interesting to see who he goes with against Borough at the weekend. Will he bring Arthur back in? I'll talk more about that in my video tomorrow, talking about the Borough game. But yeah, I think overall solid performance. I think we need to be better in the first half. You know, it's usually the second half where we come alive. You know, we came alive in the last sort of 30 minutes, and I think we need to make our dominance pay in the first half as well. You know, we've only scored once in the first half this season, which came against Bristol City, when it was already 2-0 down. You know, we had one chalked off against Rotherham, but I think overall we really need to make sure that we do start on the front foot. We don't wait for the second half, because in the second half we could be going in 2-3-0 down. You know, you look at that game against Millwall, 3-0 down at the break. I think we were 4-0 down at the break against Sheffield Wednesday, both under Sabri. So, you know, first half, if we're not on it, we could be in trouble. So yeah, I think we need to really look at focusing on the first half, trying to play like we do in the last 30-40 minutes, in the opening 30-40 minutes. But yeah, I think overall there's positives to take. Given we had a red card, I'd say 1-0 was probably a good result and fair reflection on the game. So if you did enjoy, smash the like button, subscribe to Talk Forest TV and TFTV Extra if you haven't already, and come on you Reds.